Alright, so we're ready to mount the motor mounts and the actual motors onto the kit. Now what you're going to need are the DC motors, the motor bearings, the motor mounting brackets, and the base that we've been working on so far. Now we're going to start off with mounting the motor mounting brackets first. See, they're just two L-shaped mounting brackets all on one hole, so it's obvious where the motors are going to go through. And in the picture, when you look at it in the manual, we'll be mounting some motor bearings here to help out with the motion. I'm going to move these off to the side for a second until we start building this. So it's quite clear where this is going to be mounted. There and there. Very simple. Very great. Very cool, actually. And it looks like we're probably going to be using the same thing, and each one of these takes 4. So let's go ahead and get those 4. Again, we're going to use the same that we did before. We're going to have 4 nuts. Four washers. And it's a total of 8. And 4 lock washers each. Alrighty. So we're going to follow the same pattern that we did before, where we mount them from the bottom instead of from the top. Alright. Alright, that's more or less in place. Oops. Just keep it in order here. Alright, so that one's in place. And I'm going to go with the next one here. Alright. And we can start tightening these up. Now what we're actually doing here is we're going to flip it around and tighten it the other way, simply because we don't have enough room in there. came off there, but no biggie. All right. Alright, and let's see here. Basically what I'm doing here, you can't actually see my hand underneath there, but I'm actually switching to a different nut. And there we go, so we can start tightening it up. Alright, so now that we have that, let's give it a quick move, quick nudge, make sure it's all sturdy. Now next step, according to the manual, will be to start mounting on the motors. That comes in this big bag here, which I've been very eager to open up and see how they've designed these. They even look like they have encoders on them, which for those of you who don't know, tell you how far you've actually moved. Sorry about that. Okay, so we have a few nuts here, screws, some motors, one, you have two, and some cable. So let's go ahead and just use one of these, and it's got the typical DFRobot circuit board on there, which is nice, and it does look like we might have some kind of encoder here. That would be interesting. Now, how are we going to mount this? Let me just kind of unravel this for a second so I can look at this. And yep, sure enough. Okay. So this is our power. Alrighty. So this has 3 holes on it, which is going to be used to mount it to the actual kit, and sure enough there are 3 holes here on each mounting bracket, and we have 6 screws here. That's great news because there's 3 and 3, 1 for each motor, so we have the exact amount of screws that we need to mount this in. Let's take these out. Alright, now for this you're going to need a Phillips head screwdriver, which is not included in the kit, so that's going to be our first tool. So I'm going to get one of my precision screwdrivers and use that to actually mount this in place. Again, I'm not tightening it in all the way just yet, I'm just kind of mounting it. And then we get a better position here afterwards to actually screw this in. Let me turn this around. And when we first received this kit, we actually thought it was going to be rather difficult to build. What we're finding is that this is pretty simple actually. Oh, we're going to need something bigger. So let me just switch screwdrivers here. Nope, a little bit bigger than that.